Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jake here and welcome back to another Pokemon Go PvP video. And in today's video, guys, we are going to be going over a massive PvP content update that dropped pretty recently within the last 24 to 48 hours by Niantic, the Pokemon Go app. And that includes a few things that you guys will see here in the right graphic we have. Thank you to GoHub and Couple of Gaming for making this sweet little infographic that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about this new PvP update, which involves things like a lot more charged and fast moves, as well as a new mechanic with switching that involves switching, and a few other moves that buff and debuff your Pokemon. So if you guys are new here, please don't forget to drop that subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below your thoughts on this new PvP mechanic and content update. So getting right into this video here, we will be testing out Wigglytuff with Charm against Best in West. If you guys don't know who he is a fellow content creator that makes content all around and focused on Pokemon Go PvP. You guys should definitely go check him out if you're not already. He is in the process of moving and such, so yeah. But we are going to be playing out these battles here in a slightly sped up speed while we go over this new content update and trainer battle update. So let's jump right into these battles. I do really bad with Charm Wigglytuff today, guys. I'm just not experienced with it quite yet, and a lot of things involving this content update really screws me and a lot of other people over. I'm sure a lot of you are complaining, which, you know, very fair play to you guys, because this new switching mechanic is absolutely awful. But yeah, anyways, let's get into this while these battles play out. You guys may watch while I read over this. So the main two things that are updates to the trainer battles is: one, switching Pokemon inside trainer battles will briefly pause the battle. Pokemon can no longer be damaged during switching. So the idea behind this was that Niantic wanted to fix that quote-unquote bug that happened whenever you switched in a Pokemon. It would still take damage, or the Pokemon you are swapping out would still take damage at one point in time, which was a little bit unfair because it could have been the difference in the match. But yeah, their solution to that was completely changing the switching mechanic to where, number one, once you click the switch button at the bottom right, it completely pauses the battle. So you can no longer tap the screen with fast moves while having your switch icon open, which is terrible. It also means that you may in fact switch to the same Pokemon that you just took, or that you just forced back into your Pokeball. So I don't really know what to say on that. That's not very smart of them to just make that option a thing, but it does come for some tricky play. But yeah, so there's that, and then there's a new charge move mechanic is coming, includes new swipe and tap mechanics, and the details on that are not yet available. So I don't want them to make these like raids or like Harry Potter Wizards Unite, because it's not Harry Potter, it is Pokemon Go. So I don't agree with this new switching mechanic at all. It just feels slow. They originally said they wanted PvP to be fast paced, and they wanted it to be fast paced, and with that you can't wait your turn. So with this switching mechanic, it feels very slow. It feels like they're giving casual players a ton of time to be able to switch, which there's nothing wrong with casual players. It's just the majority of the PvP community really enjoyed the smooth and fast-paced battles that came with the old switch mechanic. So enough with that little rant. I'm sorry about this update, guys. It's really not that great. It's a step in the wrong direction personally, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see if they either revert or make a good fix for this, because with that switching, it means you can no longer sacrifice a Pokemon. It means you can no longer tank a charge move to basically give you a third shield. And it also means a lot of those really crazy plays you guys saw from Worlds can no longer happen, because as soon as you tap the switch, they won't be able to get a charge move off. They'll have to re-queue it, which means they have a lot more time to think, and it potentially means that their mistakes won't be checked basically by the system. But anyways, with these new moves, we have finally, guys, a very fast move in the game, and that is Charm. And Charm will be available on the following Pokemon, such as Raichu, Clefable, Wigglytuff, Wobbuffet, Gramble, Donphan, Gardevoir, Delcatty, Latias, Togekiss, and Gallade. That is huge. We finally get it. And it is pretty much a clone of Razor Leaf, so it's going to hit very hard. And it's going to spice up this Jungle Cup meta for the better, I think, because it means there's a lot more of a check to Vigoroth. Since Wigglytuff will now beat Vigoroth in the 1 and 2 shield scenarios, as well as a bunch of other Pokemon. But anyways, yeah, that's one quick move added, Charm, finally. Skull Bash will be a normal type charge attack that increases the defense stat of the user 100% of the time. That is going to be available on Blastoise, Raichu, Lapras, Snorlax, and Rhyperior. So Raichu here getting a lot of a buff, a lot of new moves. I heard Skull Bash will be 100 energy, so that's definitely not worth it in my opinion to go for. And yeah, let's get right into the movesets here. So we have Alolan Raichu here at the top with Grass Knot. Alolan Raichu currently can only learn one electric and psychic type move. Grass Knot will give it that additional coverage against its weakness to ground types. Vileplume will finally learn Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is a charge move that provides it with a strong poison type charge attack to take full advantage of its grass and poison types. I feel like Sludge Bomb should have been on Vileplume, but they are now adding it, which will give it more of a role as a grass and a poison user. So you guys can look forward to that. Hypno, this is a big one for me, guys, because Hypno already has a lot of great coverage moves, and now they're buffing it even more, giving it Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. So this is going to be crazy, because you may not need either a Medicham or Hitmonchan anymore, because Hypno will now know those utility moves. These attacks provide Hypno additional coverage to help it in the Great League. These are all being read off of the official update. So next we have Electrode, which is going to learn Power Play. And in the description here, it says all the attacks Electrode can currently learn are either normal or electric type. So Foul Play will provide more type coverage for Electrode, which does make sense, but I feel like Electrode isn't used very much as it is, so I don't know, we'll have to see. Next we have Aerodactyl with Rock Throw. Now this is great because it's going to be a nice check to Altaria now, I believe. Rock Throw allows Aerodactyl to compete in the Great League against other flying type Pokemon such as Altaria. This is a good one, I feel. Next we have Articuno with Ancient Power Ice Shard. Ice Shard will help Articuno use its charge attacks more frequently in battle, and Ancient Power offers additional type coverage and the potential to get a boost, so that's always awesome. Zapdos here will learn Ancient Power as well, and it will learn Drill Peck, which you guys saw my opponent ran Drill Peck in last episode, or I mean last video I should say. And the explanation here is that Zapdos currently can only learn electric type charge attacks. Drill Peck gives it another type option and is a natural fit for this Pokemon, which is true. Ancient Power also provides that additional type coverage and the potential for a boost. So next we have Moltres with Ancient Power Wing Attack. Wing Attack is huge because Moltres only had access to that Fire Fast move. So now it gets a Flying Fast move. And Ancient Power gives it a new type option for its charge attacks. That's really awesome. Next here we have Sceptile with Dragon Claw, which is really good for the Ultra League, especially since I've heard Giratina reigns supreme there, and this gives the additional type coverage against pretty much every single type that isn't resisting Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is neutral to pretty much everything besides Fairy and Steel. Dragon Claw gives Sceptile that additional coverage to compete with the Dragon type Pokemon in the Great and Ultra League. Next we have Aggron. With Smackdown, the absolute meme of raids as we know it, the fast attack Smackdown should make Aggron a formidable choice to use in any league. So I mean, yay, they give Aggron some hype. I mean, who's really going to be using Aggron in PvP? At least Great League. Not really, no one? Nobody? Okay. Next we have Claydol, which I'm actually a big fan of this. It's going to learn Mud Slap. Now this is big because Confusion was really its only good fast move. And now this makes Claydol a even bigger counter to the walls like Bastiodon and Steelix. So that's my main hype point around it. This ground type alternative to Claydol's psychic type fast attacks provides it with additional type coverage, improving its capabilities against Pokemon resistant to psychic type attacks. So that is why I like Mud Slap. Bronzong here getting a buff, which is really spicy. It's now going to learn Bulldoze and Psyshock. That is huge, guys, because Confusion will charge those up really quickly. Well, at least Psyshock. Bulldoze will take a lot longer to get to, but they both are charge attacks that Bronzong can capitalize on to differentiate it from other psychic type or steel type Pokemon. Because it has that Bulldoze, does super effective damage to those steel psychics, and Psyshock obviously costs less energy than Bronzong's psychic, I believe. That's good. And then we have Electivire last with Ice Punch. Now this will be really interesting because since Electivire is weak to ground, Ice Punch could provide either neutral or super effective coverage against its weakness. So that's always cool. And it means it can somewhat compete with Altaria now, because it will be double super effective, and it'll charge extremely quick with the fast move that Electivire has. Yeah, that's always awesome. I talked about Skull Bash, I talked about Charm already. I mean, yeah, guys, that pretty much covers it for this new PvP update. The new movesets have already rolled out, so if you guys haven't picked any of those up, be sure to potentially TM some of those if you'd like to try them out. I know Charm is going to be a huge game changer for the Jungle Cup. It definitely covers a ton of the top meta options, things like Noctowl, things like Vigoroth. I forget its key matchups right now because I haven't really even tested Wigglytuff much. This was my first testing. I haven't even gone into the Sims myself yet, but I know it gets beat out by Fortress and Venusaur hard, so you may want to start bringing those on your team again. I guess now dropping Grass isn't the best idea now. But yeah, that's about it for this PvP update, guys. Tell me in the comments below whether you like these updates or not. I definitely want to hear you guys' feedback on this new switch mechanic. Yeah, and what you think of the future of PvP now with this, and whether or not you think Niantic will revert these changes or potentially solve the bugs and the problem with this current switching system. So yeah, that covers it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this new and more informative news video. I guess I should call it, because it's mostly news, not really regarding the Jungle Cup options or anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this style of video, and I hope it wasn't too long to watch. So yeah, best of luck to you guys in your Jungle Cup meta. Be sure to practice up with this new switching mechanic that Niantic decided to bring in the game. And yeah, until the next video, guys, I will see you all later. Have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.